Alright, what is going on, everybody? We are back for our final matchup of the night, and this one is going to be a good one. It was a streamed, voted match here. We got Ascension taking on Samurai, a battle of the Eastern Conference, and boys out here, I got cooking bagels here. We're hoping to break the curse tonight, bagels. We've had 9 3-0 sweeps in a row on stream, and we need to break the curse.
People just don't like content, and I don't know
don't.
why. They got it. We need more content. And you know, the drunk stream happened on Saturday, and there was no content to be found. I mean, there was a lot of content, but there could have been more. But if not for the sweep.
I just think we need to see it. Bagels, I just want to see a 1-1 series score for once in my life. It seems like it's been too long.
Too many strams have gone by the wayside because of these sweeps. I think it's about a 50%. Nah, I won't go that far. I'll say 40% sweep ratio when I cast on stream. And I'm tired of it.
We done. We've had enough.
Competitive matches, and this could be one. Ascension fighting for that number 1 seed, I believe. And I think Samurai has it, so if they beat him here, they could potentially take the lead of that conference, Eastern Conference.
Yeah, right now, Samurai coming into this matchup 11-5. They're holding on the Eastern Conference lead, and Ascension, they're at 9-7. And we'll have to see what they can do. Ascension, they're trying to pull off the Eastern Conference. Currently, we just saw the Drakes live look in there just a moment ago. Drakes versus Motion. If Drakes win, they are not only going to clinch the Western Conference, but the number 1 overall seed in Challenger League. So we'll have to see if the Drakes can pull it off. Last time we had a live look-in, though, the team that won the matches on there, they lost the match. So live look-in also could be cursed. We'll have to find out later, but we'll have to see here as we're gonna get into this one here. Samurai versus Ascension. Bagels, who do you got in this matchup? Who's taking this one?
You know, let me preface this by saying that Ascension has been part of the sweep problem. I think every time they've been on stream, they've either been swept or have swept. So I need them to break their own curse here. They need to break the curse for themselves, and they need to break the curse for the stream to not have 10 sweeps in a row. And I think the first 3 times they were on stream, they got swept, but last time they did sweep somebody. I don't even remember who it was, but dominant fashion. So I need a competitive match here, and I think Samurai will be able to give it to him.
Yeah,
anyways, prediction. I'll have to wait.
You'll have to wait. He's holding on to his prediction.
I need to see the men on the field. You need to separate the boys and the men before I make a prediction.
Apparently, skies that storm has been blowing through the Midwest recently. Apparently, it's getting close. It was getting close to Sky's house, and he lost connection from the match. I have the inside on Ascension comms. He said his computer froze. He had to leave the game, and merely asked if his power went out. But he's back in the call now, so I think Skies is alive here. So he might be good to go. I think they look like they're ready, Bagels. So I mean, you can see the guys. You want to go prediction, or are we waiting? We waiting to see.
I need to see more than just them standing still. Yeah.
All right, Bagels.
There were 4 people on Samurai for a second, so I'm prone to vote for Samurai in a 4v2.
Bold strategy. What do you think your vote's in there? Will we see the 10th 3-0 sweep in a row on stream? I sure hope not. We got to root for the content. We'll have to see. As a shot coming out here early, you got Samurai in the orange there, already on the offense with Lancer, Butt Cake, and Revert. And then on the blue side, Ascension with Merely, Parallax, and Skies. So these are the main rosters. Once again, as Bagels, we're down to the final week here, and these teams have got to warm up. As this one, it's going towards net, but it's going to be saved away. But yeah, these teams, they've got to be on their game and get ready to go heading into playoffs.
Yeah, definitely an important matchup between them. Not only to decide seeding, but I mean, honestly, for a warm-up for playoffs, because I think both these teams are confirmed to be going to playoffs. So a potential matchup happening there, depending on how the seeding works out. And you did say both main rosters, but I was very confused for a second, as Bella Miata, aka Bunt Cake. I did not see the name in the parentheses there. I thought there might have been a prospect sub in for a second with that name, but I mean, thank God Bunt Cake has made it here at the pass from Revert to put the first one in. No Bunt Cake needed for this play.
Yeah, nice play there. Revert just sets it up right to Lancer. A little bit of miss comes out in the midfield, and that one is going to lead to a goal there for the Samurai. So they're starting out first. In the first matchup between these two teams, we saw the Samurai. This is actually way back at the beginning of the season that we saw these two teams face off. Samurai, they won that series 3-2, so it was close. And another shot is going to go off the post. Revert almost found another one, and there's already 6 shots out here from the Samurai.
Yeah, they're just giving them way too much space at the moment on defense, and they're not getting the clears. Here's another opportunity. Finally, Parallax, he rushes in. He takes the initiative to cut that play off before it became dangerous. But once again, here's another opportunity where just Samurai had all the time they needed to work with that ball, but the player ended up missing. And there's just so much space again on the defense, and it's just going to go in again as Samurai are crushing Ascension. And I've seen the boys on the field, and I'm making my prediction. Even though the org bias is there inherently, I mean, Ascension, you gotta show up. Gotta show up.
I think they can. I think they can. I've seen Ascension, what they've been doing recently. They're playing well. I think they know how crucial this game is, so I think they might be able to turn it around. But we'll have to see. As Samurai have had a dominating start, Ascension hasn't even had a shot on net yet. So let's see if they can potentially get one here as Lancer. He's stuck back there, merely looking for it, but he can't find it. Skies now with a shot off the post. Parallax now turning it around, but he can't hit it either. But Ascension there had a great opportunity, just couldn't convert.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, they didn't get a shot on the board yet. They finally have 2, but still the disparity is there. 8 shots to now 2, approaching halfway. And it's just been all Samurai as another one's going to sneak into the left side. Finally, Ascension, they had pressure for 10-15 seconds, but it just comes right back to their side. As just it's such a long name. Now I know what it's like to go character limit on names. Bunt Cake, he gets a great hit on the sidewall to get it past Merely, which allowed that open net to happen, and it's been all Samurai so far.
Yeah, Ascension really hasn't found an answer, as Lancer trying to put another one there. I do know quite a bit about Lancer. He was on Origin last season in the Prospect League. Was a very solid player for us. Was a Season 1 All-Star. Actually, I believe he was Season 2 All-Star. He didn't play. He was a sub, but he was also a Season 2 All-Star. So he's a very solid player here in the Challenger League, and he's leading the way with 2 goals right there. So he's definitely a guy to watch out for here, and he's been putting in work so far for the Samurai. As another one right here, can he put it in? Yes, he can. The Hattie is going to come down for Lancer.
Yeah, and just Lancer kind of faking out that touch, and then the last player on defense in the corner, it's kind of an awkward spot to be in, and then kind of a lucky bounce off that corner fakes out that last defender, and just another open net. Probably 2 or 3 of them that have been goals in this game 1, and as Fishy pointed out in chat, these guys are cracked on mechanics. Holy, I believe he's referring to Samurai, and after spectating Lancer a little bit, I mean, he definitely looks like, he's got the Hattie. He looks like the guy on the field, as Bunt Cake trying to show that he's got skill too, but misses the double. And yeah, Samurai, they definitely look like they've got the mechanical skill in this one so far.
And they're looking good as they're back on the attack once more. Bunt Cake off the backboard out in the midfield. Lancer, awkward touch from him. That ball pops up Merely. He can't hit that as this one's sent down. A rare miss from Merely. I know he's been very solid. As this one's going towards the net. A double tap off the backboard. And Lancer's going to make him pay. A 4th goal for him. And the Samurai 5-0 running away with this one.
I'm kind of mad that Skies made that touch. I wanted to see Bunt Cake hit that double. Oh. I mean, I think he had it. I mean, between Bunt Cake and Lancer and Revert kind of appearing to be that third in that rotation, I mean, God, Lancer and Bunt Cake are just, for Challenger League play, they're just pulling off these mechanics.
When the
these
save.
Great touches. Yeah,
oh my goodness, Revert. he's a madman.
I don't know, there's so many shots coming out now, but I mean, too little too late with 5-0. like I said, Reverdy's being that third man, as another one's going to come on off the crossbar though, and Ascension they just can't find anything here.
Yeah, they really can't find it. The defensive Samurai, they haven't had too many shots on net, but they've held off, and 30 seconds remaining. A 5-0 lead could be 6-0 here.
Oh,
it will be, as an own goal is going to come out there, and this is just not looking too good.
That was just absolute calamity. The net was completely open on the Samurai side, and I don't know who it was, but somebody cut off Skies in the box to try and take that shot away. Then he bailed at the last second, which caused Skies to miss too. And then they just come back down for the easy counterattack on the Ascension side. I mean, that was the one really good opportunity they had, and it was wide open, and they just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, tough mistakes. It's been rough. It's been rough for Ascension so far, as they're down 6-0 here. In game number 1, the Samurai are really taking it to them early. As this ball heads back in the Ascension zone, Samurai might just look for one more to put the nail in the coffin. As this one's down in the midfield, it's still hanging up here. They're trying to get that last second goal, but merely sending it down.
He leaves it.
He's gonna leave it.
He left the ball.
Yeah, I think he's had enough of this game. And Samurai, they take game 1 here in Bagels. And, the real question, it's on everybody's mind now. Can Ascension break the curse and at least take a game?
I mean, my prediction was Samurai in 4 to 5 games, so I believe. And like we mentioned earlier, not only is the 10th sweep in a row on the line for the stream, it's Ascension's 5th sweep in a row on stream that's on the line. They got to avoid the sweep. I mean, not all of them have been sweeps against them. Only one in their favor, but I mean, impossible to get a sweep now, so I guess that curse is broken unless they get a reverse sweep. But I mean, something's got to happen for Ascension anyway, all sweeps aside. Skies, who I believe is the captain on that roster, I mean, he's got to sit the boys down. He's got to let them know that they're playing way too passive. They're just allowing Samurai to box them in on defense in the corner in their own box. I mean, it just didn't look good. I mean, what was it? 15 shots to 5?
Yeah, 15 to 5.
I mean, you're not gonna win a game like that, even probably within a 1-goal margin at that rate. So they just got to break out of defense here to have any hope of breaking this sweep cycle, this vicious cycle that's happening.
Yeah, we'll have to find out here as we head to game 2. Can Ascension break the curse? We've had 9 sweeps in a row on stream. We're begging for the content. We talked about it earlier. Me and Bagels, we just love our content, and we need some right here. So Ascension, they're going to have to turn it around and get on this offense as they're trying to start early. Skies, he can't find the touch there, but follow from Parallax. He's popping it up once more. Revert out of the midfield, but it's going to be sent down. Parallax runs into his own teammate's ball there as this one's sent back. This comes out in the shot. It looks like early already, Bagels. Just on the first 30 seconds, it seems like Ascension, they're on a new mindset here. As it's out of the midfield, the net is open, and they're going to put it in. Ascension, baby.
Hey, you know what? It was a great breakdown of that defense, but even then, there hasn't been flaws in this opening drive. That's already the 3rd double commit that's happened for them on offense, and luckily, they didn't bump each other off the ball right there when the net was completely open, so there's still that lingering issue of communication, but who needs communication off a kickoff when you could just bang it into the open net?
I mean, Lancer and Skies it wasn't the best kickoff from Skies, just lands in front of it and flips out too. I don't know if that was a strategy or if it was just an unfortunate kickoff. I mean, I guess it's fortunate. It's not unfortunate. It worked out.
Lancer went flying past and he had to land back awkwardly.
Yeah, it looked a little bit rough, but Ascension, they're up 2-0, and I know being the Ascension GM and also a fan of content, rooting for Ascension here in this one. Hold on.
Yeah, and there was another good opportunity from Skies there. He almost put it back post, but then again, I think it was merely he kind of pre-jumping Skies' hit when Skies still had the shot, and they're up 2-0. But if they're going to keep this lead in this game too, I mean, Skies has got to let him know to communicate. I mean, it's just got to be simple. Yes, no, I got it, you got it, and have each other space out because they're playing so close together. And if you're not on each other's same page when you're playing that close, there's so many double commits that are going to happen. But we've asked for it, and they put 6 shots on already in the first 2 minutes, and now Samurai's the one who doesn't have any shots on the board.
Yeah, Samurai just hasn't had anything. Ascension, they've turned it around, looking good here. You know, despite all the double commits and all the things we've been saying about them, they put on the shots. They've turned things around here. Might be able to make it a series as Skies off the backboard looking for a follow. Didn't quite get to it as this one sent down. Run cake off the backboard. Snag the boost there as Lancer. Getting off the backboard. Is there a follow? Looking for the shot here. Revert. But merely hits it. Bun cake turning it back. But Skies able to get it out. And the first shot from Samurai is saved away. Ascension finally able to get a little bit of defense. But can they survive now that the Samurai have a little bit of their offense? Or will they collapse once more?
Yeah, finally, it's looking like they might be able to stay solid here as they're getting another counterattack opportunity. All these players flailing in the corner, fighting for possession. Just really wanted to get that goal in, but merely he couldn't hit that angle. Or maybe it was Parallax. It was just too tight of an angle. That's somewhat open, but Parallax with no boost, not able to put on a threatening shot. And yeah, it's looking so far. I mean, still plenty of this game left to go, but it's looking like Ascension, Skies, or maybe not even Skies. Somebody said something. Another double commit with the open net. They almost ran into each other again. They're barely scraping by on this communication. I mean, luckily the net's been as open as it has been in this game too, but hey, you know what? They're up 3-0 in game 2. Guess they can't ask for any more.
Hey, I think they're going to take that in this one. So they're up and they're looking good right now. Samurai, to keep the record alive, they're going to have to find something here. Is merely trying to send it down. Revert to make the catch. Parallax sending that one up high. He's going to find the bump. He's just slamming him out of net. And merely turning it back around. But Bun Cake able to get right to it. As now Sky is taking a shot towards net. Can it go? A save from Revert. Parallax with the follow. He's going to send it in. And Ascension 4-0 with 1:30 remaining.
Yeah, that was a great shot. And merely actually almost finding a touch there off that pass that was going off the backboard, and I believe it was Lancer. He was able to make the save and put it back out to the middle, but it was just too dangerous of a touch and easy follow-up for the net. And finally, not a double commit that led to a goal for Ascension so far. Another great shot coming from merely, and man, it's been a complete turnaround for this game too.
Wow, it's absolutely a turnaround. Is merely just going to bang this one in. No chance for Revert, I believe there is. That one's going to go in, and Ascension, they've turned it around. They've got 14 shots. Samurai only has 1 right now, Bagels, and it's just all Ascension after, a piss poor game 1. They turned it around.
You know when directors make like a director's cut with like an alternate ending? Oh my god. It's literally, this is the alternate version of game 1. I mean, Samurai, they won 6-0 game 1. Now game 2, Ascension up 6-0. At comparable shots across the board for both teams.
It's 15-1. It's almost the same. If Samurai can get 4 more shots here in the final seconds, I think you're exactly right. It's literally a complete turnaround, like almost complete 180.
Yeah, I mean, for Ascension's sake, to get beat that bad in game 1, at that point when you're already down by 4 goals and it goes 5, 6, even more, you've lost already. Maybe Skies at that point already was telling his team what he needed to do. And in regards to their offensive presence, they've completely flipped the script. They're deadly, as one's finally going to sink in here for Samurai, but their offensive presence has been increased tenfold in this game 2, but still those double commit issues lingering, which could be a problem later on in the series.
Yeah, as we saw Bun Cake able to put one in, only second shot, first goal in this one for the Samurai, so maybe a little bit of momentum. And as we talked about the double commits, we'll have to see. Ascension, they had them and it worked out for the moment in this game, but how much of that is going to carry over as we head into game 3, which will be a crucial game 3 at that. As whenever that one will bring themselves to match point here, is this one's all but wrapped up. You send it back in the middle here. Ascension trying to look for one more, maybe find the Brazil. As this one, Buncake sends it back, dunk over Skies. Samurai might be looking for one more of their own. As this ball is dropped down, Skies just going to keep it up. Samurai looking for one more there. Parallax just sends it out. Hits the ground, and Ascension. The alternate ending happens there, and we're tied at 1.
Yeah, and this is what happened. This is the dangerous Ascension that we've seen before, and they've kind of been that middle of the pack team the whole season. I mean, now they're poised to take a position further into the playoff seeding, but they've been such a hot and cold team to be this high up in the standings, and that's what they look like when they're deadly. And the Lancer and Buntcake we saw in game 1 that were pulling off these mechanical plays, these double tap attempts that were almost successful. I mean, there was nothing of the sort there for Samurai. So when Ascension can break out like that, I mean, Samurai isn't able to do those plays, those solo plays that can break down the defense.
Yeah, that's pretty true. And I mean, it's hard to get anything going when Ascension has 17 shots. 17 shots. That is absolutely insane. I mean, that honestly, that could be, I'm not sure if that's a record on stream, but, you know, that could be pretty close. 17 shots, that is quite a number.
It's staggering. But now, this could be the series of adaptations, because Ascension, they got beat so bad in game 1, but they came right back in game 2 to do the same against Samurai. And now the ball is in Samurai's court to try and make another adaptation, bounce back from that game 2. What were they doing wrong? And was it Ascension finally deciding to play offense and break out, be aggressive? Or was it partially Samurai's fault? Were they making mistakes? So now it's on Samurai to try and make something happen here, as they're awkward on defense. But Lancer's going to bail them out. And what do you have to say about that, Rockman?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have to see. We talked a lot about Lancer and the Samurai just contributing to that one. We didn't see anything from Lancer. I think he was the one that didn't have the shot in that last one, as merely tried to find that read. But I think we're going to have to see more from Lancer. He's their guy on the Samurai roster. Is this one almost going to go in? It's still dangerous, but Lancer, he's there to clear it out, and we're going to need to see some of him. I think he's going to be the key in this one. If he can get some shots, he can get some goals here and kind of fire up his team. I think he'll be the key to victory for the Samurai, as he's going to go for the demo. Almost got the bump out of the way. It almost worked there. They're going to need that, and I think they'll have a good shot in this one.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned Lancer. He was almost the playmaker in that last drive. I think he would have gotten the demo off if he had any boost. I think he was running on 0 at the time, and that kind of forced Buntcake to slow down that shooting opportunity. But either way, so far in this game 3, there hasn't been a goal yet, unlike the first 2 games. So I think both teams kind of have made those adaptations, playing at a level field now. Might see more of a competitive game 3, as there's a Rule 1 in the corner. This is going to be competitive indeed.
Okay, well, 2v2 here, Merely and Buntcake sticking that one out. Well, we had a Rule 1 earlier. Is Lancer, he's just got an open net. I was just about to ask who has the advantage, but I guess advantage Samurai.
Yeah, Parallax, he bailed. He dove on that ball super early. And I think Skies was getting chased off the rotation back by the other Samurai player. And I mean, that's the danger of being in the Rule 1. I mean, you make one bad challenge and the net's going to be open. But, I mean, as Lancer said in the chat, respect where respect is due. But, I mean, in a playoff match like this, or playoff potential match like this, I mean, we need to see more of a better goal for Game 3, you know? No, the way the beginning of the game was going, I was expecting a great play to happen, and it was just an open net like that off the 2v2.
Yeah, that was. I mean, you gotta respect the Rule 1 though. We definitely gotta respect it. But yeah, you know, Samurai gonna take the advantage where they can get them. Is this one could be an opportunity? A bounce shot gonna come through. A little bit of a triple commit from Ascension, but it's out for the moment. The Skies off the backboard, sending it up high, trying to stay with it, but Buntcake, he's there first. Lancer found a demo. Parallax has to find it. He's sending it back across. Revert with the angle. He couldn't find it, but almost did. And the Samurai starting to get a little bit more offense here, as this one hanging around to Parallax, looking for the redirect, but he can't find it. A couple of great opportunities on both sides, but nobody able to squeak one through quite yet.
Yeah, Ascension, they only have one shot on the board, but that's about the 4th passing play that's come out from them that just has been, it's fallen just short. And they're not really a passing team as far as from what I've seen, as now the net's somewhat open. Reverdy's not able to get there quick enough, but with the flick off the backboard, but too far to the side. And if they can start connecting on those passing plays, I mean, they'll be even more deadly than that Game 2 version we saw. Is the net open again? We couldn't find the shot.
Yeah, no, I will have to say about Skies and Mirrorly. You know, you talked about not a lot of passes, but I've actually seen quite a bit from Skies and Mirrorly. They are a dynamic duo, and when they get going, they are, you know, they're tough to beat. So I think, you know, for Ascension here, down by a goal with a minute remaining, to connect on those passing plays, it's gonna be Skies and Mirrorly, but Mirrorly taking the shot there. Revert gonna save it away. Almost had the opportunity, but it's not gonna go. But I think we need to see more Skies and Mirrorly here and find a connection that they've had throughout the season. As they're trying right there, Skies, it's going to drop down. Could it be a shot? Parallax just a little bit too slow, and that one's going to go out here. And Samurai still holding on to their lead.
Yeah, and you mentioned Mirrorly. He's part of that dynamic duo, and he was on the dribble in that last drive, and he just didn't have enough boost to get that flick. By the time he jumped, he already lost the ball. And he did have Skies to his left, so when you don't have boost and you can't get that flick, I mean, maybe the pass would have been a better option. It was easily kind of telegraphed. Oh my goodness, as the double whiff comes out, you couldn't get the shot, another one off the crossbar. I mean, calamity for Ascension in the final seconds of this game. And they either needed to get an opportunity there, maybe the pass would have been a better option in that dribble play. Is now the final seconds rolling down, and now the last opportunity is going to be for Samurai, but they botched the open net. And it's gonna hit the ground anyway. I mean, man, if you're Samurai, you gotta be counting your lucky stars for that Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, Ascension, they had their opportunities. I mean, only 3 shots there from Mirrorly, but you know, we talked about the passing plays. They had their opportunities. They were there. They just didn't capitalize on them. And you know, Samurai, they get their Rule 1 goal on the 2v2 and make them pay. And you know, they're gonna take the victory, and now they're 1 point away from clinching the number 2 seed for the playoffs.
And now Ascension, that was the competitive match we expect from these two teams in this Eastern Conference. That was what a match should look like between them, unlike the Game 1 and Game 2 performances we saw. And who knows if that Rule 1 goal came out. I mean, we could have been in overtime, or tables could have been completely turned. And now that Rule 1 goal really kind of affected this whole series going forward into this Game 4. And now it's up to Ascension, Skies, and company to, now that the lobby's been disconnected, they're going to have a few extra seconds to kind of talk about, rally up to find out what their plan is going forward. And they're going to have to bounce back in this Game 4.
And they're desperately gonna have to find an answer if they want a shot at that number 2 seed in the Challenger League. Otherwise, you know, I think at this point for Ascension and Samurai, if Ascension doesn't win this matchup, they could potentially be looking from the 2 seed all the way to the 5 seed. So that's a completely different road. They would start, if they were to drop to the 5 seed, they'd start in the lower bracket, and they'd have to make their run, you know, through the number 1 seeded Drakes in order to get to the championship. So, you know, this is almost, you know, a series that you got to win if you're Ascension. Is, you know, we've seen how great the Drakes are. You'd like to avoid them, you know, as much as you can in the playoffs.
Yeah, now that you bring up the Drakes and the way the playoff structure is, as a double commit whiff comes out for Samurai, I mean, yeah, the way that bracket's set up, the top is going to be that 2nd seed. Almost a shot going in there, and whoever gets 2nd seed is going to avoid the Drakes at least until the grand finals. And I mean, ideally, if you're going into playoffs, you should be able to beat every team regardless of seeding. But I mean, the longer you can hold off against the Drakes, the better, I guess, because I mean, at least if you're going into the grand finals, you have ample time to prepare, you know, make a plan at least. But if you're going into them against the lower bracket match after match, I mean, you're going to have to go in to a deadly looking team as the lower seed.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing is we see a shot merely going to put it home. He does not want to lose this number 2 seed quite yet. He's going to put that one in, and Ascension taking the lead in Game 4.
Yeah, kind of an extremely weak shot from Merely, actually, and just the defense was too spread out at the time. Revert, I think he may have gotten caught on the post there, and I don't think he had any boost to work with. Just couldn't make it in time for that shot, even though the speed was just absolutely non-existent. But another play coming out from Samurai there off the ceiling, almost able to go in, but the save coming out from Merely. And that, I mean, there hasn't been too many spectacular plays on defense for Ascension, but I mean, that was definitely a standout one right there. And clutch. You don't want to get scored on right after you put one in.
That was definitely a close opportunity there, but kind of as we were talking about earlier, you know, the playoffs. I'm just interested to see how it's going to go there. I mean, it's going to be interesting as Buncake going to put it home and give him a tied game here.
Yeah, Buncake, he almost gets bumped out by, I believe it was Merely who was going for that mid boost, able to dodge it off the great pass from Revert there off the corner. And it was just such a speedy play that developed that last defender, I think it was Parallax on Ascension, he just couldn't react in time. And that quick bounce off the corner gave them their first goal for Game 4. A great shot comes out from Merely. He makes up for not getting that bump in the midfield on Buncake, and man, off the sidewall, great flick, extra height. Buncake probably would have told you he could have made that save, but when a great shot gets put on like that, I mean, you got to clutch up.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice shot, and, you know, an unfortunate touch from Revert as he's trying to turn it back around. Oh my goodness, Merely with a save, with a follow-up. It's going to be cleared away for the moment. Lancer dunked away, and Revert back towards his own net. Almost put it in, but he's going to get it out. But wow, intense times there. Revert almost had the response.
That was a great air dribble play. And I think even if the save didn't come out, it's another double commit on defense for Ascension. I think he may have hit crossbar anyway, but man, that was a great play. And we mentioned Lancer and Buncake being those standout players for Samurai. That's another one's going to go in for Merely, but he was showing off his skill there. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the touch there on defense. He tried to read it off the back wall and just let too much time pass. And then the shot came in, or the pass came in from Skies.
Yeah, nice shot there. So now Ascension, they're looking good now. I mean, 3-1 lead here. They're trying to force Game 5. You know, a couple of close opportunities for the Samurai. So, you know, Bagels, how are you going to be able to convert some of those when, you know, you've been so close so many times here, but Ascension, they've just held off on defense?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to take. I mean, unfortunately, the way this Game 4 is going, I mean, even the great air dribble play that came out from Revert was blocked. I mean, I actually haven't seen too many demos from Samurai onto Ascension as a dribble play is coming out here. The fake comes out. Who needs the demos? Fake out the last man. Great play from Revert.
Wow, what a dribble from him. He's going for the fake and Merely, he just can't handle it. Oh my goodness, Revert, what a play.
I mean, either way, he kind of had the last man dead to rights. He could have flicked it top left, top right. Any corner he could have picked, and then he just absolutely balls them by letting it fall off his hood at the last second. I mean, I don't know who was last back, but I mean, there's nothing you can do in that situation.
No, yeah, Merely, he was in an impossible spot there as Revert finally got his revenge on Merely there for the earlier goal that Merely put in over him. So, Samurai, they bring it within a 1 minute 30 remaining here. Ascension still holding on to this lead, looking to force game number 5. Is Merely pushing this one down. This guy's dropping it. Looking on the backboard here, Merely, he's trying to go for it, but couldn't quite. His Parallax trying to send it back in. Balls in the midfield could be dangerous here. Revert over the top of one. Merely, he has to make the touch, but not quite what he wanted. A miss comes out to leave Skies last man back. Shot towards the open net, and it's going to go in. Buncake with the angle, and we're tied at 3.
Yeah, that was a big mistake from Parallax right there. He saw Merely go up as last man, and that's kind of on Merely and Parallax right there. Merely, he goes up for a risky challenge as third man and barely gets the touch to send it to the sidewall. And Parallax, he does a half rotation to cut into the play as it's bouncing down. And he can't find the touch. He should have just rotated back to net. And that left Skies all the way back with 0 boost. And there was no way he was making that play. And now a combination of Revert's great dribble and mistakes from Ascension on defense. Now Samurai are back into this game. And this could be poised for a game 4 OT. Excuse me, as the crossbar down from Lancer. Oh my goodness.
Wow, what an angle right there from Lancer. Just gonna find it down, bar down ski right there. They would have put it home. And the Samurai, they come roaring back and take the lead here. They're looking for that number 2 seed in playoffs and 44 seconds away from doing just that. As another one
might sink
net.
here.
Is it going to go? Oh. It is. Lancer puts it home, and there's that man that we talked about needing to see a performance from him, and he's going in.
And there was Parallax again with another half rotation. That may have been the spot to half rotate right there too, but he did it too slow, which allowed Lancer to beat him out. And I mean, besides that one great play from Revert, and even that boomer crossbar down from Lancer, I mean, at least 3-4 of these goals have been mistakes. Here comes another mistake now, but bailed out on defense from Parallax this time. And if you're Ascension, I mean, they're going to be losing this game 4 now, most likely, as another shot's going to trickle in here, right post. And I mean, you got to be reeling. You pull out this dominant performance the first few minutes of this game 4, and you absolutely throw it away, up 3-0, now down 6-3. I mean, it's just not right. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, it's just tough, and now if you're Ascension, this was a crucial series for them. They needed to win this one. And as we talked about, I was looking at the standings, and now with a loss in this one is they're trying to find one more there, but denied away again by Bunt Cake. But now after this tough loss here to the Samurai, they're going to drop to 9-8, and the only team they could even potentially pass is the Bishops to get up to the 4 seed. So they might be looking at a straight 5 seed, which is going to push them to the bottom half of the bracket, and they're going to have to try to make some sort of run. They're going to have to go through either the 3 seed or the 4 seed there in the lower, and it's gonna be a tough road. And then the Drakes as well. So Ascension, they kind of put themselves in a tough spot, but the Samurai, they might be honestly in the perfect spot now. Like we talked about, avoiding the Drakes, as much as you talked about, you want to be able to beat everybody, but you do want to avoid them as long as you can. So if they can avoid them and build a strategy into that last match, because grand finals, they're on a Saturday, so you have at least Wednesday to Saturday to prepare, to game plan, find a way. The Drakes, they've been beaten this season, so they have an opportunity, but we'll just have to see now. As Samurai, they're going to clinch the 2 seed. Ascension is more than likely going to drop to the 5 seed come playoff time, and the Drakes, they just earlier also clinched the 1 seed as well, so that's a confirmed. So we have 3 out of the 6 teams are confirmed in their spot. It actually could be 4, depending on how Dissolved and Bishops do. But yeah, I mean, all in all, a great performance from the Samurai, and the curse is broken.
The curse is broken, as many people were referencing throughout the chat. All the way back in Game 1, Fishy and Tweety were hoping the sweeps weren't coming out. Now JK saying the sweep streak has been broken. Thank goodness. But I was honestly expecting a Game 5, and unfortunately that absolute breakdown of play coming out from Ascension led to Samurai taking this in a 3-1 fashion. But you mentioned Samurai coming in as that 2, and Drake's coming in as that 1 seed. We could potentially have a rematch of the grand finals from Season 1 between Samurai and Drakes. Samurai winning the matchup in Season 1, but I think Drakes are more likely to get to grand finals than Samurai are, depending who comes out of the 3-4 seed match. But as Samurai, they showed today that they could be beaten. There were flaws in their game, but I mean, when you give them space like that for Revert, Buntcake, and Lancer to come out with these plays, I mean, they could be just as poised to make it to grand finals like Drakes are.
Yeah, no, I would have to agree. The Samurai, they're looking good. A well-deserved win for them is they're going to take down Ascension, move themselves to 12-5, and clinch that 2 seed heading into the Challenger League playoffs. Playoffs, they're coming soon, boys. I'm excited. I'm excited for playoffs. It's going to be crazy. Monday is next Monday is the day. First day of playoffs. It's going to be exciting. And to build up that hype, Bagels, we've got the biggest tournament in Nemesis history coming this weekend. We have the Season 2 playoff opening tournament coming this weekend. $105, the biggest prize pool we've ever had, Bagels, to hype up for the playoffs. It's gonna be an exciting one here for sure on Sunday.
Yeah, and you know what? I let alone haven't been able to play in the last 2-3 bi-weeklies or my last 2 matches because of my work schedule. I have finally been able to confirm that I will be playing not only in tonight's match, but in the bi-weekly as well. Ooh. I was able to move my shift from the morning to the nighttime, so I might, who knows, maybe Bagels will finally be able to win a tournament since what was it, like the 3rd or 4th bi-weekly ever?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but I did win season 1, so there's that.
You did. I mean, that is true. You did win season 1 there, so you've got the flex at everybody.
Hey, anyways, back to the tournament. Yeah, for everybody in chat, I mean, I know there's been kind of a lot of new teams that have been making it to the streamed matches, winners finals, losers finals, grand finals. So I mean, if you're in here in chat or waiting for the announcement in the Discord, I mean, grab a buddy that you think you can have some competitive matches with, and who knows how far you'll make it.
Yeah, you never know. Teams, like you said, we've been seeing some newbies out here making it to the finals. So I think it's anyone's game here. You never know how these tournaments can go. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be exciting. $105 on the line. So make sure you guys join. The link is down below if you want to get signed up there. Smash.gg/NemesisRL. The link is down in the chat. So make sure you guys go sign up there. Get your team. Get your friends. Go at it. Go ham. Let's get a lot of teams out there. Build up some hype for the playoffs. It's going to be crazy, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So we'll be back on a Wednesday. Hopefully there'll be some more playoff potential matchups. I know the Prospect League is still going to be close. Origin, Tora, they're still fighting for that spot. I think there's still going to be a fight in the West as Velocity, Rooks, and Wyverns are all within one game of each other there. So that's going to be exciting as well. And I'm sure there's some more matchups that could decide seeding. So Wednesday is going to be crazy. It's the second to last day of the regular season besides Saturday Night Rocket League. So all the matches are going to be happening on Wednesday. So make sure you guys follow. Make sure you guys tune in. And yeah, we'll be back Wednesday for some more Nemesis action. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later.